Here's a look at the 10 most powerful ways to save time with ChatGPT. With virtual church, it is more and more important for churches to use images that are licensed or fair use. There are great websites like Unsplash and Pixabay that offer these free images, but it can be hard to find the right image, and it can take time to fish through the images in their database. With AI, you can generate quality stock images in just a few minutes. Here's how. Let's say I want an image of a pastor. Asking for a few more details. And it loaded an image of what it believes a middle-aged man in a formal outfit would look like as a pastor. Here's a close-up of it. As you can see, it's going to have a few things that are off. There are other tools out there that are free to use and work a little bit better. For example, you can go to Poe.com, and we demonstrated what you can do on Poe.com a little bit earlier, detailing how you can get great text. However, it can also give you access to image creation models. Just have to click on that More button. Once you do, you'll just need to look for Flux. And you're going to want the Flux Dev. I entered my prompt in. Please create an image of a pastor. All right, and it looks like it created an image of a pastor. It's a little bit more photorealistic, looks a little bit better. Let's say I want him to be in formal wear, kind of like the other one. I've put a little bit more detail. Please make him in formal wear. Please put him behind a podium as if he is about to give a sermon. This is what it came up with. Looks pretty realistic to me. I usually find that Flux gives some of the best outputs. Another thing to consider is the prompt that you put in to get your image. When I started, I just put, please create an image of a pastor. Maybe you didn't want a pastor in this attire. Maybe you wanted him in a different setting. When I added some more detail, I did get a more detailed image. However, it is a little hard to know what sort of details you should feed the AI. That's why we created a free tool, and we'll link to it in the description. An example of how it works is you ask it what it needs to get started. From there, it asks you a series of prompts. Asks me what the main subject is. I put a pastor. It asks me about the setting where I envision the pastor. It asks me what time of day. I put noon. Asked me what the pastor is doing. I put, is at a pulpit preaching. Then it asked me what sort of pose that I wanted the pastor in. I could put candid right here. It gave me a few different options too. Portrait style and documentary-like approach, dramatic or wide angle shot. Then it wanted to make sure the lighting was right. And it asked me some details about that. I just put natural lighting. And then it also wanted to understand the lighting effects and shot effects that I should use. I'm not a designer or a photographer, so I asked what it would recommend, and then it gave me a recommendation, and I agreed to it. From there, it just wanted to capture a few more details, and then it gave me the full prompt. I can then take this prompt, and it's all the information in between the quotes, and put it into Flux or any other image AI that I like. And it gave me a different image. The image is a little bit more detailed. It has more of a setting with the stained glass windows. It uses an effect to blur the audience. It's usually good to do that. More than likely, if you don't, one of the faces will be a little bit off. Your pastor or priest probably pours hours of time and a lot of heart into their sermons. Why not make them more accessible to members and those outside your church? With AI, there is a workflow you can use that takes your sermon transcript and converts it into a 1,000-word blog summary. Churches then can embed their video within the blog to let people access the material in more than one way. It can also expand your reach. We did a video on this, which we'll link to in the description if you're interested. It can be hard to come up with something new for social media posts. Luckily, the AI has limitless ideas. and it has advanced social media post writing skills. It intuitively knows what hashtags and length requirements you need. If you're looking to learn more about this, we created a detailed guide that shows you how to use pre-made bots, which can be used for free to create social media surveys, seasonal posts, and event and fundraiser promotion posts. Facebook limits your organic reach to less than 5%. This means that fewer than 5% of your audience will see your Facebook posts on their newsfeed. Though you shouldn't ignore Facebook, especially as many folks will visit your page directly for updates, you shouldn't rely on it as your sole social media channel. A good and overlooked channel is YouTube. With so many churches recording their services, it's easier to strip out your sermon and post it online. This material is engaging and effective in reaching the wider community. Unfortunately, there is a bit of an art to the nuts and bolts of a YouTube post. Luckily for you, AI makes that part really simple. We built a free bot that does the work for you and included an instructional guide to help. You can find the link to both within the YouTube description. Not a professional wordsmith? Don't worry. You can have content written professionally for your church with ease using AI. In fact, we demonstrated a workflow that cuts the process down to only a handful of minutes. Check the description to learn more. What's SEO? It stands for Search Engine Optimization. This is essentially how people find you on the internet. And with AI, you don't need to know anything about SEO to make sure your page's key details are optimized. We demonstrated a short guide that explained how you can optimize the meta information for your page within just a few minutes. Check the description to learn more. Creating church sermons can be time-consuming, especially when faced with writer's block. Let the AI be your muse and have it generate full-length sermon rough drafts on a particular sermon topic. We demonstrated the 10-minute process using a few free tools. If you're interested, click on the link in the description. You can also have it written in a particular style you like. For example, let's say you have a favorite preacher or like to adhere to a specific denominational style. Organizing Sunday school, confirmation, or VBS lessons can be time-consuming. Fortunately, you can easily create lesson plans and quiz materials by simply entering just a few details. The whole process takes less than 5 minutes. If you're interested in creating quizzes or lesson plans, check out the links in the description. We outline the free tools and processes to make this work run smoothly. Creating uplifting content for members each day can be quite the commitment. Fortunately, there is a free tool that can do it with very little input or direction from you. Check out the link in the description to learn more. It always helps to have an editor, which is why we built an AI editor for churches. This tool goes beyond simple grammar checks. It's trained on faith-based content, ensuring your message uses the language your members and guests expect. Get an instant grade on your content's effectiveness, plus receive targeted suggestions for improvement. Take your AI-generated content to the next level. Visit the link in the description to explore Vanco's content editor today.